What's going on, everybody? This is Stephen Patrick Gray reaching out to you from Seattle, Washington, and just wanted to share a little story here about one of my songs that I'm releasing called Deepest Part of Me, which is it's the most personal song that's going to be on this album. And this song tells a story of my drug addiction, and specifically of a time in my life 5 years ago this month, actually in June of 2010, of a time right before rehab. And at this time I was addicted to Oxycontin, and I was using about 1,000 milligrams a day, which for those of you that don't know, it's a lot. I remember reading, at the time Oxycontin had gotten pretty popular, and I remember reading a lot of people, celebrities were overdosing at the time, and I'd be sitting there reading an article of some celebrity that overdosed on 250 milligrams, and here I was, you know, I just pumped 1,000 milligrams into my system, and spending hundreds of dollars a day, money I didn't have, you know, trashing bank accounts, maxing out credit cards, calling up friends and family members, trying to get money from them, pitching them some sob story, lying to them about what was going on, and they graciously helped me out, and breaking into people's places, trying to get pills, and I had a job at the time, if you could believe it. You know, I was working for this headhunting firm, and I'd be missing from my desk for hours a day, lying to them that I had this medical condition, and meanwhile I'd be out, you know, doing my best to find money or drugs. And so that's what this song is about. It's about that time, specifically right before treatment. And you know, the song, it's I keep on waiting, pictures inflating in my head, and that's what my life had become. Every day I was in this panic state, just waiting for either the cops to come knocking at my door, or my girlfriend at the time, you know, to find out all the stuff that I was hiding, and I was living with her, or a drug dealer, you know, some people that weren't the most upstanding people that I had owed a lot of money to. I was just waiting for somebody to come to my door, or, you know, come hurt me or get arrested, or worse. And you know, at this time I was just so paranoid. I was in such a mad state that I'd wake up in the middle of the night thinking that somebody was standing right next to my bed and watching me. And I had hit rock bottom, you know, and probably a bottom that a lot of people won't hit in a lifetime. And it's really one of the most, not the most, I mean, it's the most beautiful moment of my life. It's this transition period of just losing control, and when you hit rock bottom, you know, you got nothing to do but to reach out for help. And I did that, and my friends and family came to the rescue and got me into rehab. And you know, in this song, in the chorus, it talks about, you know, don't we all have a song at the very deepest part of us. And you know, it's unfortunate how people look at drug addiction, and that's what I'm trying to convey in this song, is that, you know, this isn't really who I am. This is what I've become, and this is what I'm doing, and I gotta own that. But this is not the man that I really am. And most people around me today, you know, are usually shocked to hear this story, because it's just really far from who I am. And I remember in treatment, you know, I had thousands of dollars to pay back to my friends and family members that I had lied to get that money. And I remember calling one of my friends, one of the first people on the list, and I told him, like, hey, every time I get money, I'm gonna send you money. And I did, and the first check I wrote was for $20, and I owed him like $500, and every time I got money, I sent out another check, and I just kept sending those checks, and within a year and a half, I'd paid off close to like $15,000 in financial restitution to these people, and cleaned up my own, you know, financial picture, and my life is very different today. You know, 5 years ago I was homeless. I was living out of my car and hopping on different people's couches, and I had 12 addresses in the first 2 years of my recovery, and you know, I didn't have any money, and I had all this money to pay back. And today, you know, I've had the same apartment now for a couple years, and I run my own business, and I'm a licensed therapist, and I'm making music, and this is why it's so great to share this stuff with you. Music is has been the most important piece of this. A few years ago, I bought a guitar from a pawn shop and just started teaching myself. It's something I always wanted to do, and while I was so mobile, hopping from place to place, just trying to get established and paying all these people back, you know, I didn't have any money for myself, and so I started learning guitar, and it was just me and this thing, and it was my best friend at the time, you know, during a lot of lonely nights, just sitting at home, waiting for things to come together, and I started writing, and last year I just came across some good people and had an opportunity, and didn't think that it was going to be what it is now, but you know, now I got this album that I get to share with everybody, and I get this song that I've written that now you know the story behind, and this song paints the picture of the darkest and most beautiful moment of my life, which is that transition from reaching bottom to opening this new door that has created a life that I wouldn't trade for the world, and it makes me grateful. And so I have a lot of mixed emotions about this song. You know, it brings up a lot of you know, a lot of that shame for what I had done, and where I got, and but also just like a lot of gratitude for what it did for me and the life that it's afforded me today, because all that stuff has made me who I am and allowed me to do the stuff that I get to do. So just know when you listen to this song, deepest part of me, that you're getting exactly that, and I hope you enjoy it.
I keep on waiting, pictures inflating in my head, man. They say I'm no good.